There we go. But I am cleaning my glasses because they are so dirty. But yeah, welcome on in. Today we're continuing Turnabout for the Ages. We started last week. Hopefully, we should be able to finish it this week. Hopefully. I kind of want to try and get it done today, but I can only really stream for about 2 hours today because I have to be at work early tomorrow. So yeah, if we don't get it done today, then we can get it done on Sunday. So yeah. Oh yeah, so me and one of my friends, well, so basically on Thursdays we usually have an hour break between our lecture and seminar. So me and like two of my mates went to just go get food. Usually there's about 5 or 6 of us, but like a few people like went home. I think one person had to go to work, so like she missed out on the seminar. But yeah, so it was literally just the 3 of us. But yeah, it was literally just the 3 of us, and yeah, we were just talking, and apparently we've got our schedules for next semester. So basically, for some reason so we were just looking, and for some reason on one of my friends' timetable, so basically we have 3 modules next semester, like usual. I should probably clarify that. And one of them is research methods. So we've got research methods, like a pathway specific one. So I'm doing straight psychology, some people are doing counselling psychology, some are doing forensics. And this person is on a different pathway to me, but we still do like the same core like modules. Like we still do research methods, right? So, and I think it's on next semester, I mean Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and we have our research method, we have our research methods lecture on one of the days, and then I got the seminar on that same day, but then one of my friends has the seminar for research methods on the Friday, which doesn't make sense because the research methods lecture isn't on a Friday. So I don't know why that is. But like I've just got the seminar at like a stupid time. I don't know why, but yeah. I have a feeling because basically the timetables have been like so weird this semester. Like they kept changing. They kept changing the timetables right up until like the day before we went back in September. Like the day before we went in for second year. The day before we started second year. And that, so like literally it was like, oh, for like the first like probably few weeks after we got our schedule after like enrollment, it said that we were in Fridays instead of Thursdays, which is annoying. They were just like kept changing the schedule about like what time lectures and seminars are and stuff like that. So yeah, that was annoying. So I have a feeling that they might do that because I don't understand why I've got the research methods seminar on the same day as the lecture, but my friend doesn't. So yeah, I don't understand that at all. But anyways, Venue Message of the Week is Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Isn't Just a Crossover by Autumn Alex. I've watched 2 videos so far on the Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright game, and I really want to play it now, but also I really want it to come to PC, because the thing is, I want to stream it, right? And I'm not getting a capture card for my DS if it's just for one game, you know, like, so yeah. Anyways, let's get into why is it I was just moving around my data study investigations game, and it's like, feels like it's like being kind of laggy, and I should probably just maybe close OBS, not close it, but like minimize it. So yeah. Anyways, we should probably continue. I like that this one is animated to where we just slowly move up and see the full face of Torosaurus. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. The truth behind the SS5 incident. This was about something to do with the orphanage or something. And here comes Verity. Sean. He was my dad. Oh yeah, because it was revealed at like the end of the last stream that President Wang of Zhengfa was Sean's bio dad, and that I think one of Verity's friends was like, or like one of Verity's relatives was Sean's mom. Do we have her? We don't have her profile of Sean's mom, I don't think. No, we don't. It kind of been easy learning the truth about his father's identity so unexpectedly, and too late to ever get to know him. You know how hard I tried to find him? Sean. I get it, he was the president. He had a lot more to think about than just me. But he was right there in front of me, right down the set. So why didn't he just say something? Why didn't he just tell me who he was? I'm sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry. Aww. I feel bad for the kid now. It's not your fault, Mum. It's mine. If I hadn't broken my promise to you, that fire wouldn't have never happened, and he wouldn't have. I ruined everything. It's not my fault. I even ruined your flowers. Sean, please, you mustn't blame yourself. Just try to be here with me. Just for a little while. Aww. The bond between parent and child, as symbolized by the lion lily. I'm trying to adjust my mic. I'm no expert, but it's native to Zhengfa, so I know that much at least. Sadly, we don't have the luxury of dwelling on such things just now. I know it might seem insensitive, Agent Lang, but sentimentality won't help us here. We need to focus on what we can do about the case before us. You're right. I believe we've learned all we need to know about what happened back then now. I don't remember shit at all. I remember it had to do with the orphanage and shit. And there was a fire at the orphanage, and that Sean, and we just learned that Sean had something to do with it. Maybe. I'm looking at the evidence. So we don't have our prosecutor's badge because we handed it in. What was it? It was in the last case. It was in a turnabout Forsaken. And then we got the forged letter written by someone claiming to be Kay, dealing with the SS5 incident. Talk about what happened with the SS5 incident. And we got the big building, President Wang's autopsy report, the monster footprints, the creature feature flyer of the Torosaurus movie. We got the movie set locks, the Torosaurus head, the Torosaurus plush that belonged to President Wang, the photo with Penny, Sean, and the Torosaurus costume, who we know is Will Powers in that costume. Then we've got the security camera footage, Lotta's statement, saying that she was in the 51st floor storeroom the night before last, but didn't see the president pass through because I think she was trying to get a scoop on the auction, on the underground auction. Then we've got Sean's rehearsal tape right here with Sean and without with Sean in. Then we've got the blue truck that was in front of the like garbage alley, the trash alley, whatever it's called. That's next to the big building. Got the mechanics gloves that belong to Excelsior's winner. And we've got the IS-7 incident case, which was this was Manfred's. This was Gregory Edgeworth's last case. We looked at this one in I told about Legacy. Got the report on Knight from the guard to Excelsior. Knight's possessions, including a ring and a pocket chess set. Got the bug on Kay's Yatagarazu bin. The tabloid tape, recording tape, that was intercepted by Kay's pin. We got the bouquet of line lilies that President Wang was given to that were given to President Wang by Gabel. Then we got sedative AK-3Zs. We saw that it was either in the Phoenix Wright trilogy or Apollo Justice. I think it was Apollo Justice. Then we got the SS5 incident. So President of Zhengfa, President Wang, was kidnapped and ransomed for $100 million. The president's presence at the embassy until midnight was confirmed by Dalong Lang, who is Shilong Lang's dad. Excelsior was the prosecutor in charge, and Fifi Lagarde was a suspect. Okay, then we've got Aldon's autopsy report. The bloody button that was in Aldon's hand. Mr. Aldon's final call to Rosie Binger. The photo of President Wang and someone we don't know that was staged. We got the fire at the orphanage. Aldon's shoes, but weren't actually his shoes, that he was just wearing them, but they were like way too big on him. The mysterious bloodstain that happened before the fire took place, and it wasn't Aldon's. Then look at this child's drawing depicting President Wang and his Taurosaurus plush. And then, I mean, we don't have total confirmation of who this is, but we can assume that this is Canis, because we can assume this is his dagger, right? And I'm gonna assume that these yellow things here at the end of his blade are his bells, and then this is his dog. And yeah, that's it. How did you line up with your father's theories about the case? I wouldn't know. He took those to the grave with him. He never shared his thoughts with anybody. There's no way of knowing what he figured out. What about your own thoughts? Are you feeling any more positive in light of what we learned from Kay's reconstruction? Are we any closer to learning what really happened 12 years ago? You know, I think we might be. My father's footsteps are starting to become clear. Now, all we need to do is follow them all the way to the truth. Okay. The real story of the SS5 incident. There's too many fucking codes in this game. Literally, the only ones that I can remember are DL6, the iconic, and then SL7. I think, was it SL7? We have the case file on us, I know. IS7. I couldn't even get that right. Which one is SL then? SL9? Was that the one in Rise from the Ashes? SL9. Was that one from Rise from the Ashes? Yes, it was. It was the one from Rise from the Ashes. Okay, all I can remember is DL6 and SL9. But I keep getting SL9 and IS7 mixed up. So, yeah. I mean, if you say, hey, what the fuck happened? If you ask me about what happened to Samson Tangaroa, I can give you a brief description of it. But if you say, oh hey, what's the IS7 incident? I'll be like, that's the one from Talking About Legacy, isn't it? Or I'll just be like, what the fuck? Because I do not remember the codes at all, other than DL6 and SL9. The president went to the orphanage that night, that much we know for sure, yeah. The Taurosaurus toy proves it. He must have gone there to meet with Amelie Fenn even, which is, oh yeah, that's Sean's mum. Except he was kidnapped and Aldon happened to see it. If Aldon hadn't been there wouldn't have been a murder, just a kidnapping. Instead, they had to move his body to the planters and stage that photo to throw everybody off the scent. So that's our current theory, is it? Okay, our case file for SS5 has been updated. There's something I still don't understand. There is. This, why risk staging the picture? They would have had to force the president to play along. What if he hadn't? It's a good question, and we may be closer to discovering the answer than we think. We'll just have to get there on one deduction at a time. Yeah, I guess we will. Alright, reduce away. Okay, deduction time. Yippee! Yippee! I'm just signing something out. Okay, there we go. Okay. Might have been a murder. But what about the blood?
Objection!
Turn my music up. A little bit. I don't know. There we go. It's a little bit turned up. You're saying there would have been no murder if Mr. Aldon hadn't witnessed the kidnapping? But is that really the case? Why wouldn't it be? Their main aim was to abduct the president, right? So if there hadn't been a witness present, they wouldn't have needed to murder anybody. And yet it remains possible that Mr. Aldon wasn't the only person killed that night. There was a large pool of blood between the planters, but Mr. Aldon was murdered over by the snowman. It can't have belonged to him. What if all that blood by the planters belonged to somebody else? Come on, Mr. Prosecutor. You do realize what you're saying, don't you? I do. It's hard to believe. I'll be the first to admit it. But it's what the evidence suggests. Not just one person was killed here 12 years ago, but two. You're saying they covered up a whole separate murder? But who else was killed that night? Whoever covered up this other homicide did so very skillfully indeed. They even seem to have been able to avoid it being mentioned in the files. But they didn't quite get rid of everything. We have a piece of evidence from 12 years ago that they never managed to erase. This clearly shows that something happened that night. Okay, I'm gonna present that picture with Canis, because why the fuck was Canis here? Like, something must have happened. Like, Canis is literally a killer.
Take that!
Like, is Canis an assassin? I think he is. I can't remember though. But he literally killed like multiple people. So I think he was an assassin. No, I don't know. I don't remember if he was an assassin or he just killed people on his own accord. But yeah, Excelsior's winner tried to shroud the existence of the other murders in darkness, but there was one piece of evidence he wasn't able to suppress. Thanks to the efforts of your father, Agent Lang. My father? Cast your mind back, if you will. Something else was hidden along with all the evidence from the crime scene. The existence of the child who set the fire in front of the orphanage. But why would Chairman Winner wish to erase him from the record? Because he saw something he should not have. That's why. He did? What was it? It's right here in this picture. The picture my father kept. I think we can all agree that the president was on the right-hand side. And that's the Tyrannosaurus toy in his hand. But who is that standing across from him? Canis. It can't have been anyone other than Canis.
Take that!
Eastern robes and a black dog? That can only be Bodhidharma Canis. What? The creepy assassin guy? He was an assassin! I was thinking right, he was an assassin. And what would a hired killer be doing in the presence of a president? I can only think of one thing. That's right, it wasn't a kidnapping that occurred here 12 years ago. It was a murder. It was an assassination. Where the fuck is my webcam being all dodged now? Ah, yeah. And Juan and Lagarde and Chairman Winner were, yeah, I think they were complicit. More complicit, in fact. One provided the venue for the killing, and the other suppressed the testimony of the child who witnessed it. Mr. Aldon was murdered because what he witnessed was actually an assassination, and not the kidnapping he thought it to be at all, which makes a lot of sense, actually. Do you think I'm an idiot? How could the president have died 12 years ago? We only found his body this morning. Exactly, he was crushed to death. What I don't understand is how he was crushed to death last night, but then died. He was murdered by Canis 12 years ago. We uncovered his body this morning. He was alive and well until just recently. Yeah, we even met him. Wait, didn't somebody say, I can't remember who, say that his personality changed? It was Lang. It was Shilong Lang. He said that his personality changed, like at like one point. Like he just changed. He cut off like all the Lang family basically. And yeah, he changed. Like unless there might have been like some sort of like body double or like a swap situation. Like that was definitely not. Maybe the Wang we met in the first case wasn't the original President Wang. Yeah, we even met him. Indeed. So we have a president killed 12 years ago and a president killed in the last 48 hours. 2 presidents, in other words. Right, which is completely impossible. Or is it? I think it's entirely possible for there to be 2 presidents. In fact, that explained a lot. But regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Shangfa may not be a big country, but he held that place together. The president, Agent Lang, spoke of was a noble and capable leader. The presidential mask has well and truly slipped. Entirely unlike the man we met. It really did seem as if they were 2 completely different people. But how could one country have 2 presidents? What could explain a situation like that? This is how it was possible for there to be 2 presidents. Body double. One of the 2 was a body double. Tell me that doesn't make sense. A body double? President Wang was a man of great power and influence in Shangfa, a figure on the world stage. There must have been countless attempts on his life over the years. Such as the one at God Lake only a few years ago. It's true, there were more than a few assassination attempts, but that doesn't mean I'm about to accept that there was more than one president, not without proof. Do we have any proof that there was more than one president? I don't know actually. Like I have a feeling we know. What we got? Maybe this? President Wang was supposed to meet at Amelia Fan at the orphanage at midnight. Witness Alpha Dawn was murdered, his body moved, and a photograph of the kidnapping. Stage. Maybe this? Take that! I don't think he's noticed the contradiction staring him in the face. Or is he just unable to accept it? What's the matter, Mr. Prosecutor? You're pretty quiet all of a sudden. In Amelie Fan's recording, I keep saying Amelie? I keep saying I keep going to say Amelia, no, her name is Amelie. She asked the president to be at the orphanage at midnight, but it shouldn't have been possible for him to be there at that time. Huh? How come? Because he was supposedly still at the embassy with your father, Agent Lang. So he had noticed. The only way he could have been in 2 places at once is if there were 2 of him. He's not accepting it at all. So the real president, that was the one who died 12 years ago? I think it might have been. But why and who? Who would have hired a chemist to murder the president? In order to figure that out, we need to look again at the piece of evidence we recently discovered was a fake. The fake evidence, what was it again? It was Aldon's photograph, wasn't it? Where is it? Yeah, Aldon's photograph. The picture taken with Mr. Aldon's camera was staged sometime after his murder. And Mr. Aldon was murdered because he witnessed the president's assassination. In other words, the photograph too must have been taken after the real president's death. So here's the president in the stage photo. The body double. Nothing else makes sense. I believe the president's double had him killed so that he could take his place permanently. And Excelsior's winner and Fifi the God helped him do it. Why are there like two separate pictures with separate characters in this game that have the exact same poses? And let me explain. Let me get it up. Let me get it up. This one. Save the image. Right in there, and then let me add in an image source there. Browse here. This one. So this is of the actual 3 people of behind the Yatagarazu, behind the original Yatagarazu. I can't say the word. Yatagarazu. We've got Detective Bad in the background. We've got Callisto Yu, if that's even her real name, and then Burn Faraday. And then look who it is. We've got Fifi the Guard. We've got President Wang's body double, and then we've got Excelsior's winner. This looks ominous. They couldn't. I feel like I don't know how to feel about how similar those 2 photographs are. Oh shit! Yeah, Twitch recap. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about Twitch recap for a second. Okay, I know we're in the middle of a case, but Twitch recap. Okay, let me add it in. Okay, so this was my viewer one. So I'm just gonna show it bit by bit. So just trying champion of the year. I watched 480 hours, visited 296 days, sent almost 2,000 chats, and the people I mostly watched was Spanky, Tater, Sugar, Can, and Kai. And then my subcategories, I was in the top 10% for all of them. Just chatting, Minecraft, Words on Stream, Dead by Daylight, and Overwatch. And then Overwatch 2. And then we've got Tater's, one of Tater's emotes there as my most used emote. Words on Stream, that is mostly because of Can Stream. And then we've got this one here, which is my streamer version. So, okay, clippable rating Slayer of the Year. And yet Sims is not in my top categories. For some reason, I don't know why. Okay, I gained 112 followers, which is crazy, because I doubled in followers in like a year. Then I have, you guys watched a total of 584 hours. I have had 7 new subscribers. I may say 8 in the goal in my boundary section. That's because I think it was Gem that resubscribed. I know someone resubscribed. And then in my top categories, I'm in the top 10% for Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, top 10% of Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and top 10% of Minecraft for some reason. And then we've got Ace Attorney Prosecutor's Gambit, which is the one we're streaming now. And then I've had 161 streams so far, 3.8, you guys have sent almost 4,000 chats, 43 clips, and my top channel emote is the only one I have. So, yeah. Now I'm only waiting on my Steam recap. So, yeah. And Excelsior's winner and Fifi Lagarde helped him do it. Wait, you don't even have a body to support your theory. Are you telling me it magically disappeared? No. In fact, we know exactly where it wound up. The president's body was here the whole time. In the footprints, I'm guessing. Chairman Winner dug something up last night, something he couldn't trust anybody else to retrieve. Oh shit, yeah. We thought it might have been the ransom money, but it was actually something even more important. Wait, you mean... That's right, the real president's body. I think it's highly likely anyways. What? The body may have decomposed in the intervening years, but the bones would surely have remained. Mr. Powers informed us that the construction is due to start here sometime soon. Everything had to be wrapped up before then. The shooting of the movie and the recovery of the president's remains. Yeah, I guess once they started digging up the place, they would have found them pretty quick, huh? Agent Lang, we need to have the so-called monster footprints analysed again. Yeah, I guess we do. If there was a body under one of them, there should be trace evidence to confirm it. Hey, get me somebody from forensics. Okay, forensics man, don't let me down this time. Sir, presenting the findings of our analysis, sir. Traces of human remains were found in the dirt, along with other signs of a body having been buried. So it really was him. Bones were also recovered from the home of Excelsius Winner. The physique looks to be about right, and dental and medical records are a match. It's him, no doubt about it. So I suspected the real President Wang was killed 12 years ago. And the SS5 kidnapping was in fact a homicide. Jesus Christ, man. Wow, so it really was a murder, huh? This case has taken so many twists and turns, I'm starting to lose track. Yeah, perhaps we should summarize our findings just to confirm that we understand everything correctly. Good idea, let's go over everything from the point where the president arrived at the orphanage. Good idea! Shit. I just watched my mic. 12 years ago, the real President Wang visited the orphanage. His aim? To meet his infant son. Okay, Prez. The footprints were originally assumed to be those of Mr. Aldon. Seems likely to have actually been made by the president upon his arrival. Which means, were the shoes his? Were the shoes on Aldon his? But instead of being greeted by his child, he was greeted by Canis, who was made by the assassin, Buddy down the Canis. That's so sad. He was hoping to see his baby for the first time, only to... Indeed. But at least with Mr. Canis, we can be sure that the job was swiftly and effectively completed. He wasn't in pain when he died. But then after the assassination, another tragedy occurred. Mr. Aldon's murder. Yeah, it seems he witnessed a key moment in the evening's proceedings. The moment where our culprits, the so-called kidnappers, took the president's body around to the side of the building. That was the site that sealed his fate. We've now established that he was standing by the orphanage gates at the time. Find a way that he believed that when he was... Find a way that he believed what he was seeing was the president's abduction. At which point... Oh, the body double who had come to meet up with his co-conspirators walked right up behind Aldon. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, connecting to chat. Oh, leading to our unfortunate witness being murdered by the man who plotted to replace the president. So was it the body double who moved Mr. Aldon's body too? Yeah, I think it probably was, but without a body we can't really get fingerprints. Oh, my bitrate is going down. Oh, my bitrate just went down to like 1,000, and then it jumped back up to like 5,000, which I'm like, that shouldn't be the case. It usually stays around like 3,000, usually it's between like 3,500 and like 4,500. So I'm like, that's not right. And then it jumped up to 7,000, and I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? But none of the footprints could have been his, could they? Actually, I think they could. In fact, we have a piece of evidence that proves how that particular trick was achieved. What shows how the body double managed to move the body without leaving any footprints? We might as well just go this way. The shoes, I'm guessing. What if the president's double moved Mr. Aldon's body like this? After killing Mr. Aldon, he could have carried him to the other side of the entrance. Oh wait, were they the body double shoes instead of the president's shoes? Did I say that? I don't remember if I said they were the body double shoes or Wang's shoes. Given that his job was to look just like the president, he would have been wearing the same shoes, meaning that if he stepped exactly in the footprints left by the real president. Of course, his would have been the same shape and size. It would have looked like a single set of footprints. So that's how it all went down. I'm so glad we finally figured it out. Wait, but there's one thing I still don't get. There is? What? Why did they need to pretend there was a kidnapping? Miss Dowdone had seen the president at the orphanage and left a message on Miss Ringer's phone describing what he thought he saw. It would have been impossible for the conspirators to erase that message, so they had to make it look as if the events described in the message were true, by staging a kidnapping like the one he thought he saw. Exactly, I think the two people in the photograph are likely to be the body double. The body double and Fifi the guard. She's the one in the trench coat? How can you be so sure of that? The two of them would have had to walk beyond the orphanage gates to stage the photo. The body double could have put his feet in the real president's prints as he did before. Oh, and those prints could have belonged to the guard. Oh, so the other set of footprints were hers, yeah. The ones we originally thought belonged to the killer, yeah. They're about size 9, too small for a Chairman Winner in other words, which means the kidnapper must have been played by one in the guard. And that explains how a so-called kidnapping was actually a presidential assassination. It does, which means my father must have noticed. There's no way he wouldn't have suspected a murder, especially now with the kid's picture as proof. But the picture was never officially put into evidence, correct? No, he appears to have kept hold of it after taking the witness statement of the child who drew it. Yeah, because he knew President Wang was dead, and he knew what would happen if that news ever got out. Zheng Fa would have been plunged into chaos, no doubt. So he kept it a secret, and that secret died with him, even though it meant taking the blame for the kidnapping and our family name being ruined. So your father knew the truth about what happened 12 years ago, but he chose to hide it. Well, it's finally coming to light at last. Okay, now that is being updated. Is it indeed? Intriguing. Huh? What? Who's there? Oh. That sign, is that a bell? It's Carnis. Oh shit. Bodhidharma Carnis. Why is he out? Why is he out of his prison cell? Huh? What the heck are you doing here? What the law? You think he just shove in front of us like it ain't a problem? Forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing the fascinating conversation you were having. The opportunity to gloat over your past crimes were just too good to miss, I expect. You killed President Wang. I did, but it's not something I'm inclined to gloat over. I was more interested in something else you mentioned, or someone else, should I say. Someone you're looking for, I suppose. Exactly. That's why I took a little sojourn from the penitentiary to find a certain young pup. A young pup in a rather eye-catching red raincoat. What? Wait, you know who they are? In a manner of speaking. What did you call them again? A secret mastermind? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat? The prosecutor looks a little surprised, doesn't he, Helmer? Yeah, he does. The young pup I mentioned, he saved my life, you know. 12 long years ago. Oh. As you have surmised, it was I who killed President Wang. But that meant that I too became an inconvenience in need of removal. The imposter president, Winner, the guard, all three working to guarantee my silence. And if I hadn't met my friend the young pup again, they might even have succeeded. I wonder what he's doing now. Okay, he's definitely not talking about his dog then. So was the president's body double who hired you? I remember his words almost as if they were yesterday. You know how many times I've nearly been killed? Not once, not twice, a bunch of times. Why do I have to take all the risks? Why am I the one they always put in danger? When I'm out there being him, people treat me like I was him and worship me. So what's the difference? Who's to say I couldn't be just as good as him? There was a difference, of course. Even if he did look and sound exactly like him. Just because he walks and talks like a president, that doesn't make it a president, does it, boy? No. So he got his wish and became the boss, but couldn't quite fill his predecessor's shoes. Rook's not around, that means I'm number one. I don't know what it takes to step into such capable shoes. Yeah, of course I do. I'm the leader now, me. Seems like the king and his knight were much the same. The president stubble knew that his employer had a weakness, a young woman named Emily. But in order to find her, he needed to enlist the help of locals such as Chairman Winner. Once Miss Fenn had been located, they simply needed to find the right time to lay their trap. The meeting she arranged so the president could meet his son. That would have been the perfect opportunity. Indeed, and with the head of the orphanage brought into the fold, the little conspiracy was complete. Oh shit, yeah, because Lagarde was led the orphanage more than Lagarde. Now, quid pro quo. Where might I find the pup? What makes you think the boy who helped me and a mysterious string puller are one and the same? He set a little fire that night, out there in the yard of the orphanage. Oh, he's talking about Sean. Oh yeah, we saw that. It was some kind of prank, right? A prank? It was nothing of the sort, my dear. No, as I understand it, he had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. From there, he happened to see Winner and Lagarde carrying away a dead body. He also overheard them hatching a certain sordid little plan. A plot to remove me, the only other person who knew what really happened, from the picture. Thankfully, he was kind enough to come and inform me. I was waiting inside the building, you see. He also happened to mention later on that he was wearing his favourite red raincoat. In any case, he escorted me from the premises. And, being a very considerate boy, sought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. Wait, are we actually talking about... We're not talking about Sean here, because Sean was one when this happened. So, who would have this been? Oh no. I can't do anything. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, I'll have to force exit and then relaunch it. Please tell me there's autosaves. I think there is autosaves actually. But we might have had to go from... I think there is autosaves, which is lucky. We might have to go from Lang's testimony. Okay, where are we? Because I haven't saved my unexpected savior. Okay, so we're just after Kenneth's. Okay, we just had this bit. Okay, we're not too far behind then. Oh, okay, we're not too far behind then. We're just talking about who was in the igloo. I am like not understanding who the person in the red raincoat is. I'm just gonna put it on autoplay for now, and have it play until we get to the part we were. What the fuck? Oh, one of these fucking butterflies keep falling down. I need to put more plastic on them. Who would that have been? It seems he had set a little kerosene. Wait. Thought to erase. I'm being a very considerate boy. Thought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. It seems he had a little kerosene set aside in the igloo for just such an occasion. So he spread it liberally about the place and set himself a little fire. No way, so that's what the fire was for. It must have been ever so beautiful. Winner and Lagarde were positively enchanted. and while they were distracted by the show, he took the opportunity to usher me out of a side entrance. You never answered my question. You really think he's the one behind all this? I do indeed. Don't I, Helmut? Yeah, I do. I am not understanding who was the savior. We know he killed Wang. Inconvenience and removal. Imposter, president, winner, and the guard. Keen to guarantee silence. And if I hadn't met my friend the young pup again, they might have succeeded.
Hold it!
Again? So the two of you had met before? Yeah, on a cold and lonely Christmas Eve 18 years back. That long ago? But on that occasion, it was I who saved his life. It was snowing more than it had in years, and cold enough that death by freezing was a real possibility. Oh wait, was it Shelley the Killer was his young pup? My brain is not braining right now of who could be the little young boy. I don't know. He noticed something and bounded off through the snow. When I caught up to him, he was sniffing at a car. Oh wait, his actual pup. The doors had frozen shut. It took all the strength I had, but eventually I managed to open one. Wait, who is he talking about? Oh, those are his kids. Those are the kids of who are those kids? Of Gusto and what's his face? Gusto and Frost. And inside I've had two young boys shivering and semi-conscious. Two? Yeah. Now I found them even an hour later, the poor wretches would have never made it. I took them both to a nearby orphanage. Is it me, or is there something significant about what he just told us? Yeah. What is it about Kenneth's statement that's especially noteworthy? The date? This was on Christmas Eve, 18 years ago. You said of that. I am. Holy smokes! We have something that shows why that date is so significant. Which piece of evidence relates to the date on which Mr. Kenneth shows the children? Okay, I'm gonna guess it's with IS-7. From Carmelo, Gusto, and Artie Frost's sons would both visit the Tangaroa's mansion up to the day before the incident. From the day of the incident onward, their whereabouts are unknown, and this is December 24th, 18 years ago. So yeah, it's IS-7. That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred, the murder of a well-known sculptor. No way. An incident in the aftermath of which two children went missing. The son of the victim, Artie Frost, and the son of the murderer, Carmelo Gusto. Yeah, now that you mention it, the little guys did go AWOL, did go AWOL, huh? Intriguing, the son of a murderer and the son of his victim. I suppose that would make sense. It would. One of the boys was bound hand and foot, you see. That must have been part of Mr. Frost's plan to stop Mr. Gusto's son from getting to the competition. Indeed, because without his son to taste his creations, Mr. Gusto would have had no chance of winning. So that was what was behind it all. Sadly, neither of the boys were able to remember any such details. They weren't? No, when we met each other again on that night 12 years ago, the young pup explained it to me. It seems that they really were on the brink of death when I found them, and the shock of the experience caused them both to lose their memories. They weren't even able to remember their names. Wow, so they wouldn't have known they were Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto's kids. If what he's telling us is true, that would seem likely, yeah. Which means we still don't have enough to tell us who our mastermind might be. Mr. Kenneth, would you mind telling us what happened next? By all means. Okay, I've got another testimony from Kenneth. The couple and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison, but then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry, and then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It rather piqued my curiosity, so I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things. So he escaped from prison, basically. People from 12 years ago? You mean Lagarde winner and the president, I assume? Well, Warden Lagarde was in charge of the prison where he was an inmate this whole time, right? I think I wasn't as kind to her as I could have been. But then she did try to have me killed. You already know why, of course. Because she murdered President Wang, but they He needed the world to believe he was still alive. If somebody had exposed the president as a fake, it would have been bad for Lagarde and Chairman Winner too. Exactly. Not only that, I happened to overhear something else intriguing that night. I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought you could meet him if you like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Goodbye. That was from Emily. Wait. That Taurosaurus plush was supposed to be for Sean. And those lion lilies, those were for Emily. Oh my god. Who are you? Sorry about I'm waiting for someone. I know you are President Wang. I couldn't help overhearing the news. Congratulations. But please, don't worry about your son. I only kill those I'm employed to kill, which in this case means you. No. Wait, this is my first chance to meet him. And it might be my only chance. Please, give me just a few minutes longer. I thought he was going to beg for his life, but no. An interesting character. I told him I was not aware that he had a child. No, he said and shook his head. Neither was I, but the world will know that I have one now. I made to make sure of it. I've even prepared something in case the worst comes to the worst. And the son in question, it was the young gentleman with the horns hair, correct? Horns? See them? I don't need to, my dear. I've been listening very carefully, you see. And for longer than you may realize, I forgot he was blind. He literally has a guide dog and I forgot he was blind. So I was just like, when Kay said that, I was like, of course he can see them, what the fuck? And then it just clicked in my head, oh yeah, Canis is blind. So the president meant to tell the world about Sean and prepared something in case of the worst. But it's not enough simply to have Canis's word on the matter, especially because he's an assassin. Of course, we have something that proves what he's telling us the president said is true. The will. A will everybody knew about. He entrusted it to my family to show his belief in us after all. The name in the recording, the preparations he had made, and his will. With those 3 pieces of information, I was able to convince the word on the guard to do anything I asked. The information at his disposal, he could have exposed the truth about the body double at any time. And Sean's true identity with it. President Wang was more agile than I had anticipated. He blocked my first night thrust with something soft. By the time the piece I'd broken off hit the snow, my next strike had hit its mark. I did 5 minutes, by the way. So it was kind of to tore the horn off of the Taurosaurus though. I was the only one present to hear his final words. The only one who knew the truth about his son, well, me and that poor pup. The pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent. So you were able to continue communicating with him from prison? I was, via a post office box. What's that? It means, it's a means of exchanging mail without revealing one's own address. A P.O. box. I never knew where he was, and I wasn't able to slip out and track him down. I was being kept under rather strict supervision, you see. Yeah, well, by word on the guard, no doubt. What were the 2 of you even communicating about? We were playing correspondence chess, of course. That and griping about our respective lots of lives. Correspondence chess? But didn't you used to play with that with Knight? As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Canis's chess opponent was Mr. Knight? Yeah, it was Mr. Knight. We found a diagram of the game in his cell too. Yeah, we found it in case 2. So does that mean Knight had something to do with all that IS-7 business? Wait, could that be it? Do we have any evidence that might connect Knight to the IS-7 incident? The correspondence chess stuff? Yeah.
Take that!
This is everything Knight left behind. Could there be a clue in here somewhere? A ring and a chess set. Which one should we look at more closely? You know, we've looked at the chess set detail, but maybe we should look at the ring now. The ring. What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Fender, take a close look at it if you would. That sign, that's Paul Helcue's trademark mark. Indeed, it looks like somebody turned the stamp he used to sign his work with into a ring. But why would Knight have been carrying it? And why wasn't known the rest of the evidence from the IS-7 incident? They tried to release Frost's personal effects to his next of kin after the case wound down. But if I remember rightly, old Frosty Boy didn't have any family aside from his kid. And the kid was missing, so they never got to hand it back to him. Not till later anyhow. I heard on the grapevine that they found him in the end and gave him the goods, including the seal, it would seem, which he turned into a ring and wore until his own death. Okay, that's been thinking in. It has been updated in our organizer. So saying Mr. Knight was Mr. Frost's son, the cops don't mess around with stuff like that. They would have made sure before handing it over. And we were looking for somebody connected to the IS-7 incident who played correspondence chess, right? Wait, so our secret string puller is Bronco Knight?
Objection!
Knight is dead. How could he possibly be involved in our current case? Far out, so our only candidate for a genius mastermind is a guy who already kicked the bucket? That's impossible. How can a dead guy be behind all this? It is a little perplexing, but then who else could it be? Huh. Yeah, we don't know who it could be. Um, 12 years ago, Pete's curiosity temporarily regained freedom. I didn't so used to enjoy typing out my little letters in Braille. Wait, this is the correspondence chest one. But there's Braille on that. You said that you wrote all your letters in Braille, but is that correct? I don't mean to be rude, Mr. Prosecutor, but you do know about my condition, don't you? That's odd because the chess diagram we found in Knight's cell didn't contain any Braille at all. Really? But surely that's impossible? Yeah, that's impossible. Because he literally just said that he wrote in Braille. How so exactly? Maybe someone typed Mr. Canis' letters out on purpose? Meaning there may have been some sort of intermediary between the two of them? So then, Mr. Canis says he wrote his letters in Braille, and yeah, the letters received from Mr. Knight contained no Braille at all. They suggest that there must have been a third party who typed Mr. Canis' letters out at his night scene. Guess it could have worked the same way on the flip side too, right? Whoever it was could have taken Knight's letters and turned them back into Braille. They could indeed. Weird. So God of a third party in there. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. Mr. Canis, the answers you received, they were written in Braille too, yeah. Which is weird. So some mysterious middle person really was retyping the Bronxter's missives? And that same person might well be our secret structure. Wait, you're trying to say that there's another hidden mastermind behind this whole thing? So who's this new one? Bronco Knight, son of Artie Frost, is already dead. But what if the other child from the incident 18 years ago was actually who we've been looking for and the ad is in progress? So just probably reread that. No idea who this could be though. Let me think. Okay. Profiles. So it's not Kate, obviously. Most likely not. There are certain characters where it's just like, oh, they're just reoccurring witnesses. Laura is one of them. She was originally in, which one was she introduced in? Ten About Goodbyes. And then, was she in Justice for All? Justice for All had Justice for All had Lost, Turnabout, Reunion, and Turnabout. She was in Reunion and Turnabout. It also had Turnabout Big Top and Fell on My Turnabout. Yeah, so she was in Justice for All as well. She was in Trials and Tribulations. She was in Bridge to the Turnabout. So she's just been reoccurring ever since. She wasn't in the Apollo Justice trilogy because I don't think she had a 3D model. She's obviously in this case. Was she in the first Investigations? No, I don't think so. So yeah, I don't think it definitely couldn't have been Lotta. There was no way it could have been Lotta. Wait, do we have the age of Night? 24. So if we just look at the characters that are all 24, that are like around the same age, Laura's a year older, but just as we said, it's not really leading up to her. Obviously couldn't have been Wang. Xilang Lang is a few years older than Night, so I don't think it could have been him. Penny is 4 years younger, and the two kids were around the same age, so couldn't have been her. Obviously couldn't have been Sean. Gavel is 2 years older than Night, so, but like, it was like two sons, so not Gavel. And then Gumshoe's 32, not him. Eddie's 36, so not him. Francisca is 19, so not her. Not Eustace, he's 17. Not Lagarde. Not Regina. Maybe Simeon. I mean, we did get him off in a Forsaken Turnabout, but like, they're the same age, like exactly. Will Powers maybe, but I doubt it. I doubt Will hasn't played too much of a big role. Like, he's just been like a witness. He's just done like a few testimonies, I think, and like helped us out a little bit. Tabby is 20, so not her. Excelsior is 68. Hello, welcome back to the ad. We're just discussing who it could have been, who was the secret, this like secret mastermind communicating between Canis and Knight. And they're saying, oh, it's like, but what if the other child from the incident 18 years ago was actually the one we've been looking for? So we're looking for people who are like the same age as Knight, so 24, so around 24. So we don't know Canis's or Killer's ages. Adam is deceased, and Ringo is 33. So who could it have been? So it's not Kay, it's not Lotta, it's not Wang, not Lang. I mean, they're close in age, but I doubt they're 3 years apart. Not Penny. Why is it just calling her crew member? Her name is literally just here. Her name is Penny Nichols. Why just not put her name instead of crew member? That pisses me off, man. It was obviously not Sean. It wasn't Gavel. It wasn't Gumshoe. It wasn't Eddie. It wasn't Fran. It wasn't Eustace. It wasn't Fife. It wasn't Regina. Could have been Simeon or Will. But I doubt it's Will. Like, that would just come out of nowhere if it was Will Powers. And then Tabby's 20, so it wouldn't have been her. Carmelo Gusto's son? But who is it and where is it? If Knight was Frost's son and Gusto's son would have to be, I've known him since we were kids when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see, just like me. Him, but surely not. Didn't Simeon say that? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? You're white as a sheet. Of course, it all makes sense. I know exactly who our so-called mastermind is. What? Who? You have to tell us. I can hardly believe it, but it's somebody we know rather well. The person we've been looking for is Simeon. Is Simeon sane?
Take that!
It has to be the person behind all of this. The person who forced Sharon Winner's hand by sending the letter to Rosie Ringer. The person who kidnapped Sean and both Kay and myself. The person who did the strangest thing of all. Kidnapped Kay. Oh, who drugged Kay, yeah. Who drugged Kay and carried her up to the roof of the big building. It was the monster. What did you really just say what I thought you did? Yeah, the monster. That was the key to unmasking our mastermind. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right, the Very Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. We'll have oodles of fun. Miss Lloyd, could I ask a favour? Hello, me? What kind of favour? You told us you recorded the sound of Taurosaurus breathing fire. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? You're good, Ruffles. Sharper than a good gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beast thing. Breathing fire is what I captured. Sure did. Like I said, I didn't precisely see the guy, but boy did I hear him. Can we listen to the tape? You surely can. Let's see now. That's it, that sound. It must be what I think it is. My theory has to be correct. The truth about the monster, the identity of the person behind all this, it's all falling into place. Miss Hart, you saw a giant eye at the window of the storeroom, did you not? Yep, snaps me a pic of it too, even if you can't really see it so well. We can't see it right now, but... Detective Gumshoe! Yes, sir? Your image analyzer, can we borrow it again? Sure, but... What do you want to look at, sir? This photograph right here. Gotcha, I'm on it. The clue we're looking for must be here. We just have to find it. Upper left section. Zoom in. Is it here?
Eureka!
See? I done told y'all. The Taurosaurus, his own damn self. Yeah. There it is at last. The monster commanded by the architect of this whole scheme. Monster? You finally ready to admit it? That he's dang well real, the big bad monster itself? No, because that isn't Taurosaurus at all. It's the eye of a different giant beast entirely. Take a look at this if you would. The very big circus fire? Oh wait, look! You see it? The enormous lion balloon? Oh shit, that's the real monster! That came out of nowhere. And the sound Miss Lloyd thought was the creature breathing fire? It was the hot air balloon. That kind of came out of nowhere. Oh, come on, you really gonna bring me crashing down to earth like that? That's how balloons fire. They burn gas to make hot air. They do. And our culprit was able to use that balloon to carry Kay up to the roof of the big building without ever going near the elevator. That makes so much sense, actually. So this culprit, they've got something to do with the circus. Circus worker, friend of the Bronxster, son of Gusto. Whoa. You're not serious? You forgot to mention trainee animal tamer. It's hard to believe. It's Simeon. That was kind of a harsh transition to his character model. But he's the one who's been pulling the strings this whole time. That's right, Simeon Saint is the one behind all this. Simeon? But everything, really? I don't believe him. We trusted him and he trusted us. You can't tell me that was all lies. That would be too horrible. I'm sorry, Kay. Huh? Who was that? Hey, where do you think you're going, old man? Nothing escapes you, does it, young pup? My congratulations, Mr. Edgeworth. But now that I know the truth, my business here is done. What? No, Mr. Caddis, wait. What the fuck? I'm sorry, that was too... That... Why was that so funny? What the fuck? Why did I find that so funny? I think it's because of the limited animations that the sprites have. That just like it's just like they could have done it in like the chibi form and it looked alright. But they did it in the sprite form and it just looked hilarious. Damn it, he disappeared. Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't worry, I'm fine, but... Damn you! Are you alright, Sean? He killed my dad, he did, right? There's no easy way to say it, but... Sorry, Sean. It would appear that he did. He won't get away with it. I'll make him pay. Somehow, some way.
Overruled.
No, Sean, you mustn't say such things. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll have to forgive us both. I can understand why he feels that way. Like, let's put that call out, sir. All units are on the lookout for Mr. Canis. I don't mean to hurry everybody, but we'd better be on our way too. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, where do you think we'll find our mastermind? I suppose you're right. We should go after the mastermind right now. He said he had to practice for a show, which I guess means he'll be at the circus. But before we leave, there's something I'd like to ask of you, Agent Lang. There is what? Once the beast has been sighted, the next step is to plan its capture. When he arrives, there's something we'll need to try and find as a matter of priority. And Detective, I'd like you to look into something that's been bothering me about Sean's kidnapping. Yes, sir. I want to help too, Miss Edgeworth. Good. There's somebody I'd like you to try and contact. If it really is our mastermind, we're going to need this person's help. Between our many encounters, I never suspected a thing. Even though he was right there in front of me, I messed up. There's no way of putting it. I'm going to put things right once and for all. To be continued. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna try and get like as much of this part done possible. Yes. I'm gonna try and get as much of this part done possible, and then just complete on Sunday. So yeah. Okay, yeah, but we have to go and find Simeon at the very big circus. I can't believe that I'm here once again. After so long. Oh, hi, Mr. Edgeworth. So Gina! I really like Gina. Did you guys come to watch the show? Hello, Miss Barry. Mr. Saint. You're a little early, I'm afraid. We're still practicing. I'm glad you kept your promise. Yeah, I remembered you giving me this. That's so great. You're going to have so much fun. I think even you'll be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? I think you've surprised me enough for one day already. What are you talking about? Would you mind looking at this photograph, Miss Berry? That's the eye painter on the balloon you used to advertise the circus, correct? Oh, yeah. What is this thing exactly? I have a strong suspicion that the balloon was used by the criminal we've been looking for. You do? He's usually in charge of the balloon, if you don't mind me asking. Oh, that would be Simeon. But wait, you don't mean... Mr. Saint, you took the balloon out late the other night, didn't you? Sure, I was practicing. I'm still pretty bad at flying it, so I needed to put in some extra hours. At night, when would it have even been more difficult than usual? A strange time to decide to practice. But why else would I have taken the balloon out? What are you saying? Now you weren't practicing at all. You were taking an unconscious K to the top of the big building in order to frame her for the murder of Rosie Ringer. The security cameras never recorded Kay taking the elevator up to the roof, which means she must have gone there another way, from the sky. And the only person able to make that happen would have been you. But, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't understand. That's not all you did. You also attacked Sean at the garbage disposal area, drugged him, and carried him away. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? That's why you were late for the hearing at the courthouse, wasn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I do any of those things? Please, you have to believe me. I never, ever do anything like that. I wish I could believe you, but I can't. Any trust I had in you has been completely destroyed. That's horrible. Why would you say that? You told me back in the jail you said you believed I was innocent. That was before we knew about this case, Simeon. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. And if anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here. This is just awful. I never thought you'd lie to me. We didn't lie. I swear, Simeon, you said you knew what it was like to be me. I trusted you. That hurts, Kay. It hurts so much. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. This is Simeon we're talking about. He's not a bad person.
Objection!
Please! I see it now. That's your strategy, isn't it? With everybody. You are their psychological weaknesses and exploit them. And without even realizing it, they wind up doing exactly what you want them to do. Exactly the behavior one would expect from the arch manipulator behind all our recent troubles. Come on, Simeon, just a minute already. I was too blind to see it before, but you won't fool me again. Simeon Saint, you are guilty of crimes too numerous to mention. Oh, so that's how you want to play it, huh? You always did have the courage of your convictions, I guess. Luckily, grinding people's self-belief into dust is kind of a hobby of mine. Fucking Snow White. Okay. Dickhead. Well done, all of you. Well, this is certainly a side of him we haven't seen before. So much for the trainee animal tamer who wouldn't hurt a fly. I guess that was all an act. Now I'm glad we're finally getting to meet the real you. Simeon, this can't be true, can it? Truth, lies, what does it matter? Huh? All you need to know is that Mr. Edgeworth here has made me very mad indeed. And now, he's going to pay! Fuck you. Fuck this guy. I hate him. And I said, oh, he's very nice guy. In you know, the captain said about, I fucking lied. This guy's a dick. I take back all my words I said about, I take back every nice thing I've ever said about Simeon Saint. Because clearly, he is not a fucking saint. Sure, I went up in the building a couple nights ago, but I was just practicing. Yeah, right. I guess somebody took that picture when I flew by the big building. I fly around the area doing promo stuff for the circus all the time. Nothing to see here, Miles. Nothing at all. Well, nothing at all. I guess. Fuck you. So you go up in the balloon reasonably often? Yeah, promoting this circus, like I said. Is that true, Miss Barry? It's true that Simeon's job to go up in the balloon and spread the word. I guess just about everybody in the area would have seen it back there by now. And that same balloon was used in the commission of a crime. Nonsense, I just happened to be in the area where it happened. Somebody took a picture when I was floating past the big building, that's all. I'll be the judge of whether you just happened to be nearby. Thank you very much.
Hold it!
This balloon, do you usually launch it from here at the circus? No, you need a wide open space. There's a park over by the Sunshine Coliseum. That's where I usually take off from. I see. And how do you get the balloon to the park to launch it? Not by hand, that's for sure. That thing must weigh a few hundred pounds. It's kind of impressive that it can even get off the ground now that I think about it. I prefer if you didn't change I prefer if you didn't change the subject. How do you transport the balloon? Wow, give a guy a break, bully. It's not like I was getting miles of track. Jeez. We use a truck, okay? We just load it on the back and away you go. A truck, you say? Like the blue one we saw near the trash area. Yeah, last time I took it out would have been 2 days ago. That could be important. I better keep it in mind. For last, we have the blue truck out here somewhere, yes.
Objection!
This truck. It wouldn't happen to be blue by any chance. Huh? So what if it is? We happened to see a blue truck ourselves just today. One with a large basket loaded on the back. If that was the truck you told us about, then your statement about it not having moved in 2 days is a lie. Lang and Emma. Agent Lang, Emma. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of Emma. There you are, Mr. Edgeworth, at last. I've been trying to find you since we wrapped up the case yesterday. I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Can you send me a message saying you were here? So I came right away. And I found what you asked me to go look for. It was loaded onto a truck in the parking lot out back, a blue truck. The one we have? One we know about? The same one we know about? Oh wow, I think that truck might be the one we saw earlier today. In fact, I'm almost certain of it. What, just because it's blue like a million other trucks? Yeah, true. What makes you so sure it's the exact same one? No, I saw it too. It's the same one for sure.
Objection!
Oh, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? That's not me. Worthless are the words of a man who can't back up his claims with evidence. Wow, you sound just like him. Show me, I demand proof. I must be able to prove it somehow. It's the same truck, I'm sure of it. Oh, what are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while. No way you can tell just from that? What can I use to prove it's the same truck? Emma, we need fingerprints! And let's have the truck dusted for fingerprints. Huh? Wow. Why do you want me to do that? Because I expect to find a certain very specific set of prints. And if I do, then I'll prove beyond all doubt that it's the truck we saw in front of the big building. These prints will prove that it was the truck we saw. Ours? Yours? You think you're going to find your own prints on there? I do, because I put my hand on your truck when I saw it in front of the big building. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Emma, could you lend us your scientific skills one more time? That's why I'm here. One moment, please. Alright, take it away, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? Me? Of course! Who else did you think was going to do it? Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you how. Fine, although I don't see why you can't do it yourself. So just spread the powder over the area you want to search for prints. Like this. Moving the cursor around and pressing space will allow me to dust the area with powder. It sticks to fingerprints, so once you found one, make sure to dump plenty on there. And then blow away the excess. Blow it away? Yeah, with your mouth. Like that. Blowing with tea should remove any excess powder. Alright, you got all that? Yeah, thank you. Now to try it for real. Oh, there's no such thing as too much powder, by the way. Go crazy! Okay. We need our fingerprints. Fingerprints! So there's probably a high likelihood that this is Mouse's fingerprints. That's it, that's a nice clean print you got there. Can we compare it to my prints right away? Yep, leave it to me. That confirms it. It's Mr. Edgeworth's print, alright? And with that, another lie is exposed. So what were you doing in the truck? Stop beating on that poor cat, man. I was just driving around for fun, you know.
Objection!
When you have a big show coming up and you know you have to practice. Yeah, I don't believe that for 2 fucking seconds. Kay was abducted 2 nights ago, and your balloon was sighted nearby. Then today, another abduction, this time involving a truck supposedly used to transport garbage. And your truck was sighted nearby. Coincidence, nothing more. You want me to believe that you were near the scene of 2 separate abductions simply by chance? Just be honest, you were involved in both. What makes you think they were even connected?
Objection!
A certain very important piece of evidence, that's what. Oh, this should be good. We'll connect Kay and Sean's abductions. I'm gonna guess the sedative. The 3 Z's. You have it.
Take that!
Kay was struck with a dose of a powerful sedative, and a bottle of sedative was found right where Sean was being held captive. The very same brand, no less.
Objection.
Ha, I think you tried something like this. So the same sedative was used. So what does that mean? Everything's connected. You know as well as I do that doesn't prove anything for sure. We must have something. There must be a piece of evidence that can tie him to both crimes. Cops, prosecutors, you, Mouse. You're the same at the end of the day. You force the evidence to fit the crime, or you flat up make it up. Just as long as somebody goes to jail. And as long as that somebody is you, I don't give a shit. You know, different from a certain other evidence tamperer, we've had the misfortune of...
Objection!
No, I'm nothing like him. I'm guessing he's talking about Manfred von Karma.
Objection!
Then show me. Who would be with your killer piece of evidence? You must have one, right? It's no use. You don't have anything that can tie directly to both kidnappings. Okay, you're about done there, Mouse. No more cheap shots left to fire. Great, well I have a show to be rehearsing for, so if you don't mind...
Objection!
Hey, come on now, you two. There's no need to get all hot under the collar. We don't want your good looks running down your face, would we, Simeon Woodpow? What are you sticking your nose in for? Hey, I just sensed the vibe. Getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? Thought I had a light in the mood. Help me out here, okay? Let's have spirits with a little dose of that great old great thief magic. You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, let me see if I can do Simeon's voice. Here goes. Objection. You take this seriously, will you? Now you could do somebody running a little interference for your master. Not the most ethical approach, I know, but again, we can worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. This is my last chance to try and prove a connection between Mr. Saint and his crimes. Let's forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything else that suggests that he is our mastermind? And oh my god, his personal identification number reads out boss. That's obvious. Of course, Kenneth was looking for a secret string puller too. The young pup, as he called him. If I could prove that Mr. Satan was that same young pup, then perhaps. But what evidence do I have that might point to him being involved behind the scenes? Maybe the correspondence chest?
Take that!
I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. That's right, our mastermind was involved in Canis and Knight's correspondence chest exchanges. If I can prove that Mr. Satan was hidden intermediary between the two of them. Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. You don't have anything I have to practice for the show. You don't have anything and I have to practice for the show, so if you don't mind. Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here. I can't take any more of your interventions. Just look at that face. Yeah, I like it. Mouse Arena's back in that game for sure. I'm Simeon, the funny clown. Look at me, I'm juggling. Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Saint, you're a fan of chess, I take it. Huh? Where did that come from? Chess? Sure, I don't hate it. Our secret string puller was playing correspondence chess with Mr. Canis. I thought Bronco was the one playing chess with Canis. You saying he was your so-called mastermind?
Objection!
No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death, which is weird, right? It's weird. Because if Knight was dead, then someone is out here spirit channeling. Take a look at this letter if you would. Who do you think could have read it? I believe it was the person who had inserted themselves between Canis and Knight. And you think that person was me? Why would I go to all that trouble? That's crazy. To make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. The very fact that led Fifi the guard to murder him. What? You're saying that he set that up to try and get Mr. Knight killed? Listen to yourself. Who do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? Yes. Yes. You've seen me. I can barely even get the animals to do what I want. If we could find one of the letters he passed between Knight and Canis, that would prove the connection between them beyond a doubt. And the time you have room searched, I believe we might find
Objection.
letters. You won't. Trust me. Oh, you bitch. What? Once I'm done with something, I put it straight in the trash. Guess I'm not the sentimental type. Well, I get hung up on the past, right? Ugh. He must have disposed of any incriminating items in order to cover up his tracks. Guess he went in without the evidence he needed once again, huh? That's a bad habit, you know. So this doesn't prove anything either? We've fallen short yet again. What do we do now? Are we out of options? You accuse me of betraying my friend, and you don't even have any proof? You're despicable. Who's that? Hi, Miss Barry? What does she want? Sorry, it's just, I was thinking about what you were saying, and this night person. You mean Bronco, right? Simeon's friend? Yeah, what of it? Does she know something? A letter came from him this morning, but Simeon. What? What did you? How is that possible? Knight is dead. Miss Perry, we need to see this letter right away. Sure, here you go. Regina coming in clutch. I love her. Let's open it up, shall we? It's another correspondence test letter. The next move from the game with Mr. Canis. And then anybody else, smart checkmate. Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you were never going to beat me, not at chess. It's postmarked the 26th of March, the day before Knight died. Guess it must have gotten held up en route. Well, we can move around a lot. It's probably a traveling circus. Our mail arrives late all the time. Interesting that it's addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint. Yeah. This is it, isn't it? The proof we needed that you were the one facilitating Mr. Canis and Knight's games. One of the letters you would have transcribed into Braille, in order to create the illusion that they were somehow connected. Curse you, Bronco, you're still getting in my way even now. I hate you, I hate you. Simeon, how could you? Mr. Knight was your only friend. And we weren't friends. I stopped thinking that I was with my friend 18 years ago. Around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words. I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad at a contest. But then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, whining on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad says I have to do this, and if I don't do what he says, he's so scary. Stop it, Bronco, stop it! It's gonna be my dad, I promise. If I'm not going to taste this candy for him, he'll be so upset. He needs me. If I don't go, he won't be able to show everybody he's the best in the world. But no, he locked me in that car with him, and the two of us nearly died. He thought he could get out, but when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. We were trapped. And that's how I lost my dad. You lost your dad? Yeah, Bronco's dad killed mine. He was the son of a murder. What does he mean? That doesn't match up with what, at all. No, because I was assuming that Simeon was Gusto's son, and that Knight was Frost's son. Did we get it the wrong way round? Simeon, the victim in the IS-7 incident, was a guy named Artie Frost. Yeah, that was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remembered was pretty mixed up, so I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered. The murderer was a man named Carmelo, our confectioner. Really? I never knew Bronco's father's name. Maybe I chose not to remember. What? Did Artie Frost also have the same taste disorder as Gusto? Or is his memories just really that scrambled that he thought that Knight and himself had switched dads. I'm just thinking about the sickle that killed our dad turns my stomach. Mr. St. Are you sure you didn't know the name of the murderer until just now? Do you think I would sit on it if I did? No, I'd have reported him to the police right away. All I knew was that Bronco's dad tricked my dad. And that's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserved to die. I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you made a mistake. A big one. A mistake? What do you mean? Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not so long before the murder, under the name Paul Halleck. So here, but I don't remember anything about that. I wish I could. Well, I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't, because he wasn't your father. What? Is this your idea of a joke? Well, it's not funny, not at all. You're right, it's not, but you need to know the uncomfortable truth. This piece of evidence shows that you're not Artie Frost's son. Where is it? Knight's possessions.
Take that!
That shows that Knight was Paul's son. Bronco's chest set and the ring. Yeah, take a look at the ring for me if you would. What does the engraving on it tell you? It's 2 letters, right? It is. This is the seal with which Paul Halleck used to mark his works. And it was found next to Artie Frost's body 18 years ago. But why would Bronco have a memento of my father? The police looked for Frost's son for a long time, and eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man who they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight. But that's not... That would mean I was... Precisely. That you are in fact the son of Carmelo, Gusto. No, that can't be. My dad was... I remember, don't I? Your dad was a cold-blooded murderer, Simeon. Bronco timed me up and locked me in that car. It was his fault I lost my dad. He deserved to die, didn't he? No way, so I get to see a circus thing even though I'm in jail? I was looking forward to the next move in our little chess game, so the show is just the icing on top. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I will. And hey, come back soon, okay? I'll be mulling over my next move in the meantime. Oh, speaking of which, I pulled a little something in your chest set. But you can take a look at it later. A little something? No idea what that might be, but thanks. If you hadn't detained me 18 years ago, it wouldn't have had to end like this. Huh? Did you say something? Yeah, it was nothing. Goodbye, Bronco. And farewell. I did all that. And now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Broncos? Then what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why I tried to be like Canis. Why I stayed in touch with him all these years. And there we have it, the truth at last. Mr. Saint, you were Mr. Canis' correspondence chess partner. And you were the one manipulating events this whole time. You're right. It was me. It was me all along. At last, he's finally telling the truth. I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago, but you knew that already. The president's assassination, just as we thought. Which means he's the one who drew the picture. And they knew it too, that's why. The guard kept questioning me, day in and day out. It got so I couldn't face what I knew the next day would bring. I was a nervous wreck. Who could blame me for wanting to get out of there? But I imagine it wasn't as easy as simply running away. Winner would have sent his men after you. No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't sleep at night. Even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows. It drove me crazy. So we joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. My whole life I've been up against the chief prosecutor and the warden of a prison. No regular person could hope to stand up to people like that. From the time I was a child, I had nobody. But they weren't even the worst of it. The body double was behind all of it, controlling everything. He may have been a fake, but he was the president of an entire country. What hope did I have? There was only one person I could turn to, Kenneth, the man who saved my life. He wasn't like Bronco, he really did want to help me. That's quite a claim. Strange to think of our famously ruthless assassin winning the admiration of the child he saved. He showed me how to stop being a victim, stop being hunted, and become a hunter myself. And they all became my prey. I doubt even you imagined that the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No, I sure didn't. And as long as Winner was around, no evidence was ever gonna stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. Lagarde almost got away with it again. But I know him now like the back of my hand. I could see exactly how it was all gonna go down. So he saw right through their plan. How Chairman Winner would try to suppress the evidence in one of Lagarde's trial. I see. And that's why he kidnapped Sean, correct? He wanted to force a guilty verdict regardless of the presence of evidence all of the law. Maybe I did, but how else was I gonna make them pay for what happened 12 years ago? Whatever helps you sleep at night. But Winner pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in the hope of influencing the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so fervently claimed to hate. There's only if I actually kidnapped anyone at all. But I never do anything so wicked, ever. Me? I never ever commit a crime? No. And besides, I don't hate the three of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If I hadn't done what I did, my revenge wouldn't be nearly as fun.
Objection!
So you admit it. Your motive in all this was nothing more than revenge. Sure, I admit it. So what? I despised every single one of them. But here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody. You are. The most you can blame me for is writing your letter here and there. A quick note to Ringer to tell about Winner, another to him so he knew about her. But the fact that they wanted to kill each other and one of them succeeded, that was all on them. So you take no responsibility for the fact that your actions resulted in multiple murders. Right, same thing as Gold Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. The whole fake assassination plot, I handed that to Bronco on a plate. That was part of his plan too. So Rook's murder was...
Objection!
No. That was all Bronco's idea. Nothing to do with me at all. Still, move things in the right direction. What do you say? Isn't fate a crazy thing? You can't talk like that about murder. Setting the guard up was easy too. Just made it seem like Knight and Canis were in contact with each other. And stuck the chisel inside the chest set. So it was you who put it there. And yeah, of course, I thought that might point everybody nicely in Canis' direction. Worked out pretty well, even if I do say so myself. You knew that would all be... Who knew that would be all it took to make that awful woman murder poor Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. Even the smallest thing can send you paranoia into overdrive. And then, things get ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to be put into play, of course. Who, me? You solved both cases and finally brought down Winner and Lagarde. I guess you could say your powers of deduction were the weapon that put an end to them. I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Sure, you didn't know you were doing me a favor. You were just playing at being an attorney for a little while, right? What did you say? All I had to do was cower and say no a few times. You roll to my rescue like the hero you are. Was getting arrested part of your plan too? No, that wasn't something I expected, I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. Made my blood run cold for sure. But then who should come through with the turnabout to end all turnabouts? The greatest legal man of our generation, my knight in shining armor. I bet it felt pretty good to save me like that, huh? You ought to thank me, you know. I don't do that for many people. You're wrong, he wasn't playing at being an attorney. He was trying to help you, because helping people is what Mr. Edgeworth does. He helped me right when I needed it most. Okay. Oh, did he? You're sure he wasn't trying on his dear departed daddy's shoes for a while? Besides, that's too fucking far, mate. No, that's not what he was doing. Come on, K-Master, don't let this clown get you down. I want to punch this clown in the fucking face. Okay? He's projecting, plain and simple. Paint other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not that he just doesn't. It's not just that he doesn't trust people. The poor people doesn't even understand the concept. Doing something for somebody else's sake. Forget about him. He'll never understand. You think I care what you have to say about me? Consider this for a second. I've got my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from. Yeah. Think about it. I never actually did anything. What's my crime exactly? Explain it to me. You think you can plan an incitement charge on me? Read my letters. I don't mention murder anywhere. If I did, maybe you'd have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them. But it's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all. I mean, we can probably prove you abducted and drugged. Okay. That's not true, you kidnapped me. So if I didn't miss the part where you proved that, all I ever admitted to was sending letters. Letters which didn't threaten, coerce, or encourage anybody to do anything. I just passed on what you might call pertinent information. He's a slippery one, I'll give him that. There's gotta be something we can do. What about this excitement stuff he's talking about? Incitement, okay? It means to encourage or direct another person to commit a crime. In the eyes of the law, it's seen as equivalent to committing the crime itself. So then we just need to prove that he told them to do it. You say that like it's gonna be easy. Guess maybe you're not so big on due process after all. You think you can make me carry the can for murders I had nothing to do with? Think again. I don't even have to talk to you if I don't want to. In fact, why am I still talking to you? I can think of one reason. The tent is surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Really? You don't think I planned my escape too? What if, just to pluck an idea out of nowhere, I trained all these vicious wild beasts to attack on command, for example? All I have to do is say the word, then set off stage into chaos. What? You wouldn't. Regina is right there. She has trained these animals for longer. She knows these animals better than you. She could probably stop them if she tried. I'm just spitballing, but you'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? I could just as easily take Sean hostage with the gun I may or may not have in my pocket. And you know what? That would make for a killer show. You do no such thing. It's hard to know what lengths you might actually be prepared to go. But knowing what we might know about him already, we have to be prepared for the worst. Fine, I'll humor you, but once the curtain goes up on this little performance, it better be a lively one. Bohemia and we're done here. Alright, let's see if you can keep me entertained, shall we? Okay. A third of our penalty bar. That's like a third of our penalty bar. Just gone. It's not gonna give me an inch. But there must be something we can do. We can't let his crimes go unpunished. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have? Pin and Simon charging me. Maybe you'd have a case. Same story as always, I'm afraid you can't prove I did anything at all. Maybe from Lloyd's tape? Contact signals that were intercepted from the book that were planted on Katie's pin, and she would have had her pin when she was being kidnapped by Saint.
Objection!
I'm afraid you're wrong. I have proof that you meant for at least one murder to happen, because you said so yourself. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman win. I killed little Miss Rosie. Yeah. What? I said that? Wait, I don't remember. I know you think you can worm your way out of everything, but this time you're wrong. I am? Yeah, because our conversation was being recorded by somebody intercepting the signal from the very listening device to your planet. It was? You got your conversation with the clown here on tape? That's what you're trying to tell us? No. Long G says A scheme will always swallow him in the end. Miss Lloyd, could you play the tape, please? You bet I can. Got it. It was this part right here. Mr. Edgeworth, that's Trisha Cabell's cell phone. Who is this? You're the one who abducted Kay. I can't hear Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. It was right around here. I was as surprised as... Huh? That's weird. Is something wrong, Miss Lloyd? I'll say. Seems we maybe didn't quite catch the next part of the tape. What? Why? How could it not be down there? Because of that douche. Oh, poor babies. You think I'd leave myself wide open like that? Well, think again. There's something that's a little special about that bug, you see. It can be turned on and off remotely. What? I never knew they make those. Remote control bugs? Sure they exist, but so you can switch it off to avoid being recorded. Bingo! But how? You would have had to know you were being recorded. In the first place. And I did. Of course I did. It was so obvious that someone was eavesdropping. And that's because Miss Lloyd, was it? You knew about the kid prosecutor's kidnapping without any prompting. No, you heard that whole conversation. I didn't indeed, pal, but I must say I thought you would have figured it all out much sooner. Aren't you supposed to be a genius prosecutor? Now, where were we again? Oh yeah, and the part where if you couldn't prove incitement, it was game over. Oh well. Oh shucks. So my tape ain't gonna be of no use to nobody after all. Come on, I must have recorded something you can use. If only that were true. Hey Game Meister. Yeah? Good buckaroo. It was hitting your pin that whole time, right? That taking anything loose from your brain tree? I don't know, give me a sec to think. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before.
Objection.
So sad, but I'm on flawed evidence, desperately trying to make it stick. But that's quite enough for now. Next topic, please. Huh? He's trying to steer us away from our current line of inquiry? You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before. Cared I wanted to encounter with him only recently, but this time from that point in time had been recorded. Miss Lloyd, how long were you recording the intercepts from the book for? Started about, let's see now, 2 nights back. In which case, during which time frame would we be likely to find Mr. Saint's voice on that tape? 2 nights ago? Mr. Saint abducted Kay and we took her up to the big roof of the big building 2 nights ago. And in 5 minutes, by the way. What if that was recorded from around that time? Miss Lloyd, quickly play us any tape you have from that night before last. Sure thing. That's the sound of the balloon. Indeed it is. Around that time, I imagine Mr. Saint would have been transporting you in it, which means he can't have been too far away from you, or the bug. Is there anything else on the recording, I wonder? Wait, that noise? That was a gunshot. You turned the bug off then too, as it seems. But luckily for you, you were a little late in doing so. There's no escaping it now. That gunshot ties you directly to the case. Huh? What are you talking about? Nobody ever even mentioned a gun. He's wrong. Somebody involved with this case discharged a firearm. I just need to remember who it was and present the piece of evidence that proves it. Which piece of evidence shows that a gun was used in an incident related to the case? Oh, let me see. He had gunshot residue on his hand. Like, there was a gun used because he had gunshot residue. How is the fake president involved though? It's written right here in the president's autopsy report. Traces of gunshot residue were detected on his hand. Ugh. And where was Kay when the gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was in the balloon being taken by you to the top of the big building. However, the roof wasn't as deserted as you needed it to be. Yeah, how is that with the president? Wait, not long after we started talking, you noticed something and you told me to leave. And if a gunshot rang out shortly after that? Don't tell me you didn't hear it yourself, Mr. Saint. Not when it sounds crystal clear in the recording. You're just going to pretend to ignore me? What else do you expect me to do when you keep spouting your weird theories? We didn't just hear a gunshot on tape. Bang. If you listen carefully, you can hear the bullet hit something too. Could the president have been aiming at Mr. Saint? Or would the bullet have struck? The balloon, it would have hit the balloon.
Take that!
Hit the balloon. I think the president was firing at the balloon, and if he was, what we heard on that tape could have been the bullet hitting the basket. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh, we have the basket, Okay, where is this? There it is! There it is! There it is! A hole with a bullet stuck in it. There's a bullet hole at the bottom of the basket. I'd call that pretty conclusive proof. Here we go. Well, Mr. Saint, how do you explain not just the sound on the tape, but the accompanying bullet hole? You see everything, don't you? It's pretty impressive, I have to admit. I doubt there's anything I could hide from you if you really wanted to find it. Just shut up and confess, will you? Alright. No need to get cranky. Ooh, but I never witnessed testimony. But I think I will have to end stream today and then finish this case on Friday. Looks like not Friday, Sunday. Today's Friday. But yeah, it looks like I'll have to finish this on Friday. No, I keep saying Friday, on Sunday. We have like 2 more testimonies left to do. Yeah, we have 2 more testimonies left to do. And then we've got, the only reason I'm not doing it now is because I know we have the cutscenes. I know we have the end credits with like the character speaking and stuff. So yeah, I will have to end it here. So yeah, I'm also just thinking like, oh, so we have like a lot to go, like not like a decent amount, but like enough to warrant me continuing the stream onto Thursday. So yeah, title. The ad is starting soon, by the way. I'm gonna wait till the ad ends before I do my little ending stream spiel. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm gonna say. And I don't know why I didn't just exit the game there. Exit game, yes. But yeah, since this is the last case, we'll get an ending cutscene with all the characters and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna look for somebody to raid. Probably gonna raid Butts. He's playing Phasmo, so yeah, I'm gonna wait till the ad is over and it should be adding any second, and it should be starting even any second now. So yeah, there we go. So we'll continue this on Sunday, and then on Sunday we'll finish Ace Attorney for the time being. Until there's either I'm assuming that the next like game Ace Attorney game that's gonna come out is either they're gonna re-release Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright for modern consoles, or they're gonna announce and release Ace Attorney 7, aka the 7th game in like the mainline games, because basically we have the mainline games consist of the Phoenix Wright trilogy and the Apollo Justice trilogy, and then the spin-offs are, you know, this one, Ace Attorney Investigations and Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and then Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright is a crossover. And I really want the Professor Layton game, the Professor Layton crossover, to be transferred over to modern consoles, because like I think I said this earlier, I really want to stream it, but the thing is, it's only available on the 3DS, which I do have a 3DS, but that would also mean me having to buy a capture card as well, and I don't want to buy a capture card just for one game. And I feel like it would make more sense for me to just consistently play the play the HD remasters, because, you know, I started off playing the Phoenix Wright trilogy, the HD remaster. I know there was another Phoenix Wright trilogy that was released back in 2015, I think. But I'm talking about the 2019 version of Phoenix Wright trilogy. Wait, I don't even think Phoenix Wright trilogy. I know the Phoenix Wright trilogy originally released in 2012. Oh no, wait. So it originally released on the 3DS. Oh my god, my stream is lagging. I should close down Steam. It originally released on the 3DS in 2014, in April of 2014 in Japan, December of 2014 in North America, and December and 2 days later in Europe. And then re-released again for Switch, PlayStation 4, Steam, and Xbox One in February 2019 in Japan, April 2019 worldwide, and then for phones, iOS and Android in 2022. So yeah, we're just talking about the Phoenix Wright trilogy. So yeah, I'm talking about the HD remaster. We're just talking about like the mainline games, and yeah. So, and I think, you know what, I really hope that we get an Athena Sykes trilogy, or like an Athena Sykes game, for the next like mainline game, cause we've gone for Phoenix, we've gone for Apollo, but I really want there to be like more character development for Athena. So she is the only defense attorney that's ever worked at the Right Anything. Okay, that's a lie. I was gonna say that she's the only defense attorney that has worked at the Right Anything agency, that we haven't gotten a game for. But we haven't gotten one from Mia either. But then again, we did play as, because again, the Right Anything agency was very much originally Fanco. But then again, in Trials and Tribulations, we did get 2 cases where we played as Mia, but then again, we have played as Athena beforehand in Monstrous Turnabout. Did we play as in Monstrous Turnabout? No, we played as Apollo in Monstrous, I think. I don't remember. But I know we definitely played as her in Turnabout Storyteller. But yeah, I just want another game where Athena is more independent, because I would just love that, where she kind of just grows into being a defense attorney. Because we did kind of see that in Turnabout Storyteller, where she was kind of stood on her own, but not really, because we also had Prosecutor Blackwell on the stand with us, which is like, I wish that she was just on the stand on her own for once, because we had Phoenix on his own for the majority. Well, for a lot of the Phoenix Wright trilogy, okay, no, that's a lie. I just kind of wanted her to be on her own with her own assistant, and her being like the expertise on the defense, rather than her being like either on the same level as everyone else, and like her being on the same level as her, like as the person she's on the bench with, or the person that she's on the bench with having a higher level of expertise. So yeah. I mean, I kind of just want like her and Trucy to be on the case together at least once, because I don't remember them ever really interacting too much other than in like Spirit of Justice, when Athena was like, oh shit, like now that Apollo has left, I'm now Trucy's assistant to her magic shows. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go raid out. I'm gonna go raid out to Bots. He is playing a bit of Phasmo, a bit of Phasmophobia, and I have an ad. So I'm gonna wait for this ad to end. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for this ad to end. Yeah, let's go right out to Bots. Slash raid Bots. There we go. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. All my socials are in About Me section on Twitch, commands on Twitch, so these only really work during stream, and also in the description on YouTube if you're watching over there. For stream updates, go check my Twitter or Blue Sky. That's where I'll post the most stream updates. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you guys on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. BST, not BST, GMT. So yeah, bye guys. Bye. Is it my phone? Yes.